We can be. Yep.
Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. We are here for the regular Board of Trustees meeting of Orange Township. Mrs. Kraft, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Faust?
Here.
Ms. Knapp? Mr. Ringel?
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, real quick, the reason that the camera is off today, if anybody is watching this on YouTube, on our live stream, is that we're having technical difficulties. So our camera here in the room isn't connecting and talking to all the things. So sorry,
But they will be able to see the materials. Yep.
all the backup and all that kind of stuff. So sorry for the inconvenience. We are here and we look pretty and we're smiling. In case you're wondering. Okay. Do we have any public comment? No. Okay. General announcements. One, our light fight is going on. We have 14 homes in the light fight this year. We've had lots of public feedback that the houses are great. So I have not had a chance to drive around yet, but I know that I will here over the next couple weeks. You can vote through December 31st, and our winners will be announced at the first meeting in January, which is January 3rd. Thank you to all the families who are participating. I'm excited to see your houses. And then also tomorrow we have a blood drive here, Red Cross blood drive from 9 to 3 at Township Hall. There are a couple spots that are still open. You can sign up on our website. Is that right? Or like from our website?
Is it on our website or on our Facebook? The link's it.
Okay. So either on our website or on Facebook, we'll get you to a spot where you can sign up. So thank you to everybody who has already signed up. And obviously there's always a shortage of blood, so we appreciate people serving in that way. Any other announcements?
Happy holidays.
Whatever it is.
Offices are closed on Monday.
Yes, our office is closed the next 2 Mondays. So Monday for Christmas Day and Monday for New Year's.
Okay. And as you do take down holiday lights when the season's over, if you have strands that are dead, light strands that are dead, you can make sure you can recycle those at the library. Okay. Do we have any questions with the consent agenda?
Well, I have a lot of it.
Oh, let's do all those. Sorry.
Sorry. So I'll go through this, and I apologize for how many changes, just wrapping up a lot of end of the year business. So for the consent agenda, we need to change the Nicholas and Natalie Sensi regarding Bell Canyon right-of-way to $20,434. The other right-of-way change for Heather Tackett is changed to $9,287. We will be removing 2 of the Bell Canyon right-of-way items who are John Michael Hansen and Acorn Farms, as those were not ready for today. Under operations report, we'll have an obsolete item. Under fiscal report, we need to address the appropriations change that needs to be changed to $6,316,000. And then under executive session, we need to add a conference with the attorney for the township concerning a dispute involving the township that is the subject of pending court action pursuant to revised code 121.22G3.
And then the other one I had on the Cintas on the consent items, there's an extra 0 in that.
Oh, yes. Sorry. That is also a consent item. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I think there was a typo in the position descriptions too, but we had corrected that.
That is awesome. Great. Thank you. Okay. Lisa, did you have any questions on this? No? Okay, great. Okay. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-310, approving the electronic record of the proceedings from the regular trustee meeting held on December 6, 2023, and resolution 23-311, approving purchase orders, then and now purchase orders, and blanket purchase orders as listed.
Second. Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mr. Ringel? Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Okay. Mr. Duffy, welcome back. Please give us our development and zoning report.
Trustees, there we go. I will start with our zoning hearings and meetings report. We did have a zoning commission work session yesterday evening for the overlay application RCOD 23-02, also known as Lewis Center Self-Storage, for a proposed self-storage facility at the corner of Gooding Boulevard and Corduroy Road. The zoning commission did give some helpful feedback to the applicant, so they will be making some changes, and we will look to schedule that hearing with you sometime in the next few weeks. We have 45 days to schedule that hearing from yesterday's date, and we do have a resolution for that later on. We will get to that in a minute. And then the other, so we will have two zoning board meetings in January. One is with our Board of Zoning Appeals on Thursday, January 18th. There is one application on that agenda so far, which is the CME Credit Union for a variance and conditional use for their signage that was continued from the November meeting. Additionally, it's not on the written zoning report, but we did receive one more overlay application that is for the property located near the intersection of Parkway Drive and US 23. If you'll recall, they did apply early in the year. We kind of told them they were not ready, and now they have reapplied. So assuming that the submittal schedule stands as it is written, then that zoning commission work session would be held on January 16th. So we will have a zoning commission hearing for that as well.
Okay, and the overlay application you guys heard yesterday, it does fit under the cloud of the overlays as far as it is a permitted use and checks all those boxes, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
All right, so we do have a few resolutions before you. So the first one is to appoint a member to our Board of Zoning Appeals. So the member in question is Joe Pax, who is currently serving as an alternate member. He's been with us only maybe 6 months now, but he's been to a couple BZA meetings. He's done really well. He asks good questions. He's an architect by trade, so he has a lot of knowledge and has been thoughtful about the questions and decisions that he takes with the board. So we are pleased to recommend him for a permanent spot on the Board of Zoning Appeals. Again, that is a 5-year term.
Yeah, I read through his resume yesterday and was impressed with, I know he's worked with a number of companies and therefore done a number of very different types of projects. So I think his wealth of knowledge will be helpful.
Yeah, he was actually on the parks 40 years ago, and he was responsible for a lot of innovation.
Yeah,
and getting,
he helped with the pool is what I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, getting things done. He's awesome.
Yeah, great. We're excited for that.
All right. Do you want me to go through the rest of the resolutions?
Sure.
Okay. And then the second resolution is to reappoint a member for our zoning commission. So Karthik Avadanula has been on the zoning commission for this full calendar year. This is because he filled the previous term of a member who resigned. There was only 1 year left on that term, so this would be reappointing him to one full term, which is 5 years.
And this is for a full member, not
correct.
Okay. And I also read his resume too, and great experience. So, yeah.
The third resolution is to set the submittal schedule and meeting date schedule for the Route 23 corridor overlay district. It says in the text of that district that the Board of Trustees must approve the schedule annually. So we do have submittal deadlines, one for each month, and then the zoning commission work sessions are scheduled roughly 1 month after that. And then as is our policy, we would schedule a hearing with the Board of Trustees following that zoning commission work session.
Do you typically do an RCOD work session on the same night that you do it? Like, could you hear another hearing, or is it a separate?
We probably could if we had to. My preference would not to be to have them separate, just in case they run long. We don't want anybody to rush through and feel like they have to.
Very rare.
Theoretically possible, but unlikely.
Okay.
And then the fourth resolution before you is to schedule the hearing. Again, that is an overlay hearing that would be scheduled for the Lewis Center self-storage application.
I did have a question on the appointments. So assuming these appointments get passed by the board today, there is still an opening for an alternate position. Is that?
Correct. So,
Okay.
we have one opening for an alternate for the Board of Zoning Appeals. Mr. Eric Gajewski and I are set to meet with somebody on Friday, but if the trustees or anybody else has anybody who would be interested in that position, we'll be happy to meet with them as well.
Thank you. Okay, do we want to talk about dates for the overlay application?
Are we going to probably have our first meeting on January 3rd?
Yeah.
Our trustee meeting, you just want to do it that night?
I was thinking that because that's when
I think they need more time, so I would say if we're planning on continuing the first and third Wednesdays, I would go for the second Wednesday in January. That would be the 17th.
it gives us a little more time to review also.
We have this set, I don't have my calendar for next year yet.
Yeah, so
we have this set that by.
So we would need to set the overlay application hearing today, but we don't need to, we'll have, depending on when we're going to ask you guys when the first meeting is next year. And at that meeting, we'll schedule the rest of the years, like the remaining year scheduled for the trustee meetings.
Oh, yeah, but we have to hear it within 45 days of when?
Today.
Of yesterday.
Of yesterday. And our next meeting is in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. So the organizational meeting will be on the 3rd, and then the next one will be the 7th.
Okay. Yeah, we can.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So the 17th, then 5:30. Typically like to do. Yeah. Okay. And Michelle, I just noticed that as we look into February, the first Wednesday in February is the same as OTA.
Yeah, we'll probably try to do that maybe the Tuesday or something. So everybody can go to, yeah. Okay. Which is Ohio Township Association Winter Conference.
Just here in Columbus. It's a great learning time for all of us. Okay. Anything else? Zoning.
I have nothing further.
Okay. All right. Let's. Okay. All right. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-312, appoint Joseph Pax as a regular member to the Orange Township Board of Zoning Appeals.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Make a motion to approve resolution 23-313, appoint Karthik Avada. One more time. Avadanula, thank you, as a regular member to the Orange Township Zoning Commission.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-314, adopt 2024 Route 23 Corridor Overlay District, RCOD, application submittal and meeting date schedule.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-315, schedule hearing date for RCOD 23-02 Lewis Center Storage for Wednesday, January 17th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Okay. Operations, Mr. Bowens.
The only thing on operations today is the aforementioned obsolete item of our ice maker that is ready to be salvaged. It's no longer repairable, and just looking to get authorization to dispose of it.
And that one is from the pool, right?
Correct.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. I make a motion to approve resolution 23-316, finding certain personal property not needed for public use, obsolete, or unfit for the use for which it was acquired, to have no value, and ordering it to be auctioned on GovDeals Inc. to be discarded or salvaged.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Okay. Our fire report, Chief.
So I'm ditto operations. I'm going to be obsolete item of the ice maker from Station 362. And then second on the agenda is accept a donation from BJ's warehouse. They were gracious enough to give us a $200 gift card to buy some items and stuff for the station. So
Very kind of them. Thank you, BJ's, for that.
They opened last Friday.
Yeah, I've heard community excited. I'm excited to go. Mobile, so. Cool. Any fire questions? Make a motion to approve resolution 23-317, finding certain personal property not needed for public use, obsolete or unfit for the use for which it was acquired to have no value, and ordering it to be auctioned on Gov.Inc., be discarded or salvaged.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
And I make a motion to approve Resolution 23-318, acknowledge and accept donation.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Okay, Mrs. Kraft, fiscal.
Okay, just a couple resolutions. The first is accepting a revised 2024 Certificate of Resources. You'll still have one more, well, we'll have more than one more as the year goes on, but we will be doing another one once we have our end of year balances, which will be late January or into February, once we get everything finalized as far as year end. But this one is actually changing our revenue to add the fire levy that was approved and also the increased revenue to general fund due to the property appraisals. Okay, then the next one is an appropriation change for salaries for fire. We are processing right now the end of year cash outs of vacation and EDOs. And so this is just kind of giving us a little bit more money to process that payroll next week. Any questions? No?
Okay. I make a motion to approve Resolution 23-319, accepting and approving a revised 2024 Certificate of Resources.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. I make a motion to approve Resolution 23-320, revising and or increasing permanent appropriations established in Resolution 22-384.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Ms. Bonnie, administration report.
All right, thank you. So there is quite a few items which I will have Ms. Valerie Bunting present. So I will have her start on the first few and we'll take it from there.
So the first item we have is appointment of Frank Goggin for the position of the paid apprentice for to help Sydney with the photography part, and maybe we're talking about doing a video for the township. And then the second thing we have is approving commercial advertising and sponsorship policy for the township website.
Can you explain, I guess, like just what this, I know it has to be called commercial advertising, but what our intent is with this?
So we're giving company or businesses an equal opportunity to sponsor a variety of township events, and in exchange, we would advertise for them, for their company on our website, or maybe like banners or.
And my understanding is that our goal through our sponsorship is to allow our business community to financially support our events. That doesn't have to come from the taxpayers anymore. Direct those funds elsewhere, except for things like staff time.
Yes.
Events and stuff. So we're excited. I know that you guys have worked on this it's been almost a year to get us to this point. So thank you for everybody who participated in that and for your work with that, so that, and we're excited for our business community to partner alongside us and help out with our events that are already amazing. So, thank you.
Then we have update employment position description on various township employees. We are just changing that from taking off the 40 hours and just calling it full time. And then we're looking to enter into a new agreement with Buckeye Innovation for our support of the website.
And that's who we currently use this year as well, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And we have 2 CV Community Volunteer Board appointments. And that's it for admin.
And that is Emily Elsey for the events committee and Tony Benishek for our parks. Correct?
Well, this is just like appointing the executive committee.
Yeah.
Executive committee. Those are the subcommittees that they serve on.
Yes,
They are.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yes. And they've served with us before and have been great township residents and lots of time and effort put in. So we thank you for the work they have done and for their willingness to continue to work with us.
Then we have end of year business. Michelle, you want to do
Yeah, I
that
can
too?
Thanks. All right, birthdays and anniversaries for December. So December birthdays is firefighter Kokus, December 4th, firefighter Hollenbeck, December 22nd, firefighter Dang, December 25th, at Christmas. Public Works Assistant Manager David Gilson, December 26th, firefighter Helmers, December 26th. Employee anniversaries, HR, Mike Kremnitzer, 2 years on December 1st. Congrats. Todd Toby, our fiscal officer, that says there. Did I say that right? Okay. 3 years on December 17th. Firefighter Sprout, 5 years on December 19th. Firefighter Mackenzie, 20 years on December 12th. Firefighter Kraus, 20 years on December 14th. And firefighter Searles, 22 years on December 7th. That's all we have for the administrative report. Thanks.
Okay. Any administrative questions? Okay. All right, I make a motion to approve resolution 23-321, appointment of Frank Goggin to position of paid apprentice and establishment of compensation.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes, and I meant to say thank you for Sydney for your work on getting, we had a couple meetings, or you had a couple meetings with the DACC staff, and we're excited to have Frank as part of our team. So thank you for your work with that. Val, I'm sure you helped as well in mine too.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun, yeah. Okay, I make a motion to approve resolution 23-322, approving a commercial advertising and sponsorship policy for the township's website.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Make a motion to approve resolution 23-323, update the employment position descriptions of various township employees.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Make a motion to approve resolution 23-324, authorizing the adoption and execution of a support agreement with Buckeye Innovation.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
And make a motion to approve resolution 23-325, appointment of Tony Benishek as a member of the Community Volunteer Board.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Make a motion to approve resolution 23-326, appointment of Emily Elsey as a member of the Community Volunteer Board.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Sorry, I had a brain broke. End of year business.
Okay, yes, so first item is to set the first meeting for 2024, which will be our organizational meeting. At that point, as I mentioned earlier, we will adopt the remaining calendar then and do all sorts of appointments and just, again, organizational items that we have to cover at the beginning of the year. Following that, we do have our legal services for 2024. We have two of our firms ready for today, Brochus Johnson and Griggs and Isaac Wiles. That's the other one, yeah. So just locking in their services for 24. And then lastly, the salaries and method of compensation for trustees and fiscal officers. That has been a very slight increase. It looks like, am I reading this? Yeah, okay. Well, congratulations.
We do this for the love because we love
Yes. Yes. This is not determined by us. This is determined by, yeah. So those are the end of business items.
Yeah. First trustee meeting, we talked, typically we're the first and third Wednesdays, so good for everyone good for Wednesday, January 3rd at 3 p.m.
Yeah, that's more.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I talked to Ringgold too. That works well for him. It's awesome.
Great. Okay. Anything else? No? Okay, cool. All right, I make a motion to approve resolution 23-327, first trustee meeting date for 2024 for January 3rd, 2024 at 3 p.m.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Oh, that's a Wednesday. Make a motion to approve resolution 23-328, employing township attorneys Brosius, Johnson, and Griggs LLC on an annual basis for year 2024.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. And make a motion to approve resolution 23-329, employing township's attorneys Isaac Wiles and Burkholder LLC on an annual basis for the year 2024.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. I make a motion to approve Resolution 23-330, establish salaries and methods of compensation for trustees and fiscal officer.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Okay, now we have a couple executive sessions. Make a motion to approve Resolution 23-321, enter into executive session pursuant to Revised Code 121.22G4 to review negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms of conditions of their employment, and conference with an attorney for the township concerning a dispute involving the township that is the subject of pending court action pursuant to Revised Code 121.22G3.
Second.
Ms. Knapp?
Yes.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. Invited to attend are trustees, fiscal officer, our administrator, Orange Township Legal Counsel, Silas Bowers, Mike Krumnitzer, and Fire Chief. We shall return. Okay, I make a motion to approve resolution 23-332, return to regular session.
Second?
Ms. Knapp?
Yeah.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. And exec, one of the things that we talked about was our collective bargaining agreement for our roads department. So we got all that figured out. So thank you to everybody who helped with that process. We are excited to have this contract for the next 3 years. So I make a motion to approve resolution 23-333, resolution approving a new collective bargaining agreement between Orange Township and American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, Local 2950-2, Ohio Council 8, AFL-CIO.
Second?
Ms. Knapp?
Yeah.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes. With nothing else, I will make a motion to approve resolution 23-334, meeting adjourned.
Second?
Ms. Knapp?
Yeah.
Mrs. Faust?
Yes, meeting adjourned.